It's like when you play a game for ages and you're not getting anywhere with it, so you don't play it for like 3 days, and you go back and you're just like, oh my god, I'm in God mode. Then you find out that your little brother changed it to fucking easy mode, and you're just like, I hate you. I wish you had never been born.
You don't even have a little brother, do you?
Not anymore. Hey, welcome to Heroes House. I'm Paul.
And I'm Patrick.
And today we're going to be talking about which goes why Patrick doesn't like Heroes House. Oh my god, that would be real bad.
Freudian slip. I don't think we should go back. What don't I like, Paul?
Or what's your problem, mate? With Mad Max Fury Road.
Yes.
Because according to Joe.ie and a lot of critics that I know, and a lot of people as well, it is the best goddamn film that's ever been. And it isn't. In the last decade. And
it isn't. And okay, to just I'm gonna set myself a stall up here, and then I'll hide behind it. Somebody tweeted a Joe.ie list of a lot of movie critics got together and said what they thought was the best films of the last 10 years or whatever.
Yeah.
I looked at the list thinking, I wonder what's on it. But I didn't get past the very top of the list because the number one pick was Mad Max Fury Road. I watched Mad Max Fury Road. I liked Mad Max Fury Road. I then experienced the hype around Mad Max Fury Road and the talk of it being the film of our generation, the greatest thing ever made. It washes the dishes for you. It's incredible. It took me a while to get over that because I was like, people are just crazy. I don't know what it is that they saw that I didn't. And I said this to you earlier. I genuinely thought I'd saw, an incorrect version of the film.
Yeah, you thought it was a botched screening or something like that.
So I ended up at second watching when I watched it at home. I was like talking with my wife, we're going to watch this again because we both didn't see what everybody else saw. Then we watched it again, looked at each other and were like, it's good. It's not what they say it is. So my problem isn't that it's terrible. My problem is, I don't get it. Why is it at the top of a fucking list of the best films of the last, judged by a load of different film critics? What the fuck? Defend that bullshit.
Well, I can say that it is amazingly aesthetically pleasing.
It is.
Like, so much so that they have a chrome version of the film.
Oh, God, they did black and white, didn't they?
Oh, yeah, they did. Well, I don't say black and white. I say more chrome and...
Oh.
Yeah. I say more chrome and obsidian if I had to choose choose another color.
Have you watched it in said?
I have.
Changing the chromatic scale. And is it better? Does the story change?
It just looks nice.
It's a beautiful film.
Yeah, and I think that's what I think. It's just a really good Mad Max kind of film where people like the aesthetics, likes the production values. A lot of the set pieces in the thing are amazing. Like, you're a car guy. Why do you not like the car stuff?
Yeah, see, it's been well established. I'm an absolute car nerd. I love cars. Car guy. The Mad Max films when I was growing up, absolutely loved them. This should be one of my favourite films of all time. I absolutely love Tom Hardy. I think Charlize Theron is an unbelievable talent. Mm-hmm. It's a good film. I just have to keep saying that out loud, and I feel like writing it on the side of a building. Everybody, Mad Max Fury Road is really good. I'll go to really good. I actually only think it's good, but I'll say really good to let people be happy. But
if I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't give them the extra bit of rope if you don't feel it.
No, that's true. That's true, because I will get hung with it. But yeah, like the bigger sequences, the big vehicular sequences, which are. It's what the film hangs around quite heavily. They are incredibly difficult to do. Yeah. And they're incredibly well done.
Yeah.
Like, the technical skill that it took to plan those shots, execute those shots, edit it all together, even the mental capacity to work out how that was all going to happen is incredible. Still doesn't make it one of the great movies of this century.
Like, okay, so it's not just a production thing. I think it's also people very much like the nice simplicity of the storyline as well, like that.
Simplicity is a good way of putting it.
As in, but it's like very much like any of the other kind of Mad Max things, which is generally them trying to escape or...
Yeah.
Well, like, I feel Mad Max Fury Road is very much like Mad Max 2.
I understand what you're saying, yeah.
Kind of thing. So, like, I like that kind of mirror kind of edge thing to it. So it's very much... It's also introduces a lot more characters. It's a lot more playful kind of thing. So, what's your problem with all that?
I am going to turn the tables on you now. And how I am going to do that is I am going to say, Paul, do you think it deserves the credit it gets?
Oh, fuck you. I'm playing devil's advocate.
Yeah,
I don't.
You've done a great job. You have done a great job. Because the film's very easy to defend. Because, you know what? Good films are always easy to defend.
It is.
Unless you're defending them against the statement of, it's the best film of the last 10 years.
It is, yeah. As in, Patrick's right. I was playing devil's advocate. I do think that a lot of the set pieces are really nice. Production value is incredible. I don't believe that they should have ever had a weird guitar guy with some kind of weird fucked up pinhead face.
The doof herder or whatever the hell that was supposed to be.
That's a whole other thing. I do believe that if you're going to name it the best film in the last decade, that you do have to look at the entire picture of everything. And although I would give it like a 9.9 out of 10 for the production value, the storyline was muck.
The cast was fantastic.
The cast was great. Their acting was really, really good. The storyline was muck, and Mad Max was not in the place that he was in all of the other films.
Well, he wasn't the star of his own movie, for starters.
Well, see, this is the thing is, in the other films, it slowly diverges into him being like a slight secondary kind of character, but not in the way that they made him in this one.
No. But he's a slight secondary character in the original trilogy. He becomes secondary to the apocalyptic world around him, or the crumbling society as it was in the very, very first film.
Yeah.
Or the evils of mankind. He's always a secondary character to a theme. This time he's a secondary character to Charlize Theron.
Yeah.
Which is great, and she's awesome. But
when they announced that they probably might do a which is
Furiosa
film, I was just like, oh, was Fury Road not that film?
Was that not already?
Was that not a film?
That's a very good point, actually, because she already has had her film.
She's one. Furiosa is really good in it, and if they just named it like Mad Max Furioso on the Fury Road or something, like, that's a little bit of a mouthful, but like Mad Max Furioso, Mad Max Imperator. Or Imperator?
Oh yeah.
Like that would have been a good one, because then you go, okay,
been a nice title.
Because then you go, okay, cool. Mad Max is in it, but it's mostly about this Imperator.
The thing is, like, I don't even mind that he's not the star of his own titled film. It's I don't mind anything about the film. That's the thing. I don't mind anything about it. The only thing I mind is everybody outside it. Everybody's going apeshit over a film. Is it better than 12 Years a Slave?
No.
Is it better than Shape of Water?
No.
Is it better than Birdman? Is it better than, is it better than loads and loads and loads of films? Is it better like The Social Network's on that list? And I actually think Social Network's great. I know you like it, and maybe not as much as me. Is it better than it? Like, okay, production-wise, it's impressive, but is it a better film? I don't know. Is it time to let people out there shout at us? I
got a little tickle in my mouth.
My God, it's all the people who love Mad Max Fury Road are sitting somewhere right now.
Oh, they're praying for my death,
spraying shit on their teeth, going, "We'll get Paul. I'm gonna live in the accelerator in the sky."
See, if you're gonna talk about that, yeah, they set up really good moments in the film and loads of societal things, but they didn't really play on them too much. There
was no payoff to anything.
Like I like, as you said, I like the film. It's just, it seems like the hype. I'm just like, like I'm sitting on a train going, why are we going here? Like, there's several other movies as you've named already that I'm just like, better.
Have you? Well, here's the thing. I feel like I'm that guy now. Have you ever seen Clerks 2?
Yeah.
There's a moment where somebody starts talking about the Lord of the Rings trilogy versus the Star Wars trilogy and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
And a guy is like, all right, I can give you the Lord of the Rings trilogy in, here's the whole movies. And he basically mimes the idea of, I have a ring. I'm going for a walk. There's a volcano. Drop. Mm-hmm. That's what you're saying is great. That's a bit of a dick move. But I could now do that with people who are like, oh, Mad Max Fury Road, best thing ever. It's about people who drove in a straight line, did a U-turn and came back. I know there's more to it than that, but come on, folks.
No, that's pretty much it. They drove in a straight line to escape, realised that the best place to escape to is the place that they just came from, and then just turned around and
So Mad Max Cul-de-sac is not my favourite film ever.
That's a great name.
But we'd like to hear from you why I'm wrong and Paul's only slightly wrong, because he did try and defend it.
Once again, we like the film, just don't get the hype train.
Yeah. So like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the little notification bell if you feel like it. I've been Patrick.
And I've been Paul.
We've been Hear Us Out, and we're off to go in a straight line, turn right and come back.
Isn't that what we do every day?
It kind of is, actually. Next time.
Cheers.
Yeah, I think with the time we have left, we should definitely talk about one major thing. Your man Christopher Holt, or whatever his name is, you know, the white spray. What was the thing that he shouted?
Witness me.
Oh yeah, how was that?
It's Valhalla. It's about the witness me.
If
It's all about, like, they make up some kind of Valhalla kind of thing to it, and you're just like, isn't that a little bit, you know, I don't know.
it was a bit like,
but
it was interesting.
The War Boys were interesting, but they never really played on them too much. They had one, you know, how the fuck did they get there? All this kind of crap.
Yeah. U-turn.
Yeah.
The Mad Max story.